So underway now in the men's C 5,000 metres. We have 21 starters. In Station 1 from Frankston, it's Peter Dutton. Station 2 from Ballerine, Grant Simpson. Station 3 from Wendouree, Harry Sharp. Station 4 from Richmond Harriers, Mark Stodden. Station 5 from Glen Huntly, Jack Bullock. Station 6 from Maccabi, Samuel Spicer. Station 7 from Glen Huntly, Tom McFarlane. Station 8 from Deakin, Josh Berry. Station 9 from Old Zavarians, Brad Johnson. Station 10 from Western Athletics, Michael Massini. Station 11 from Old Scotch, Ben Baisha. Station 12 from Richmond Harriers, Joji Morey. Station 13 from Melbourne Uni, it's Stephen Sloan. Station 14 from Collingwood, Liam Delaney. Station 15 from Collingwood, Simon Beveridge. Station 16 from Box Hill, Kieran Hess. Station 17 from Glen Huntly, Mark Thompson. Station 18 from Essendon, Jeremy Drake. Station 19 from Melbourne Uni, Nicholas Dennis. Station 20 from South Australia, we welcome Jack Murphy. And in Station 21 from Richmond Harriers, Michael Johnson. So 76-second opening lap, that's 15:50 pace. And Johnson from Richmond leads the way. So Nicholas Dennis from Melbourne University also up there. And Harry Sharp from Wendouree also there. In the Deakin colours, Josh Berry. So a couple of the younger runners right up there early on. And Bullock might be there as well. The South Australian Jack Murphy right in the middle of that lead pack in the red colours of the Adelaide Harriers. So Johnson's still leading. Nice pace early from Michael Johnson. Represented Victoria at the Australian Half Marathon Champs on the Sunshine Coast. Also an accomplished marathon runner. But Dennis looking very comfortable the outside of him. Berry on the inside, then Sharp. .3:11 at the 1K mark. So still sitting just under the 16-minute schedule. So 3:11. A nice line. This means Johnson's doing a good job. Looks like Sharp's getting a bit impatient. Goes along his shoulder now, and he'll take the lead going into 1,200 metres. So 3 laps down. And Sharp putting the pace on. I think Bullock's gone with him. Dennis, as we said, looking very comfortable. He's covered that move. So too has the South Australian runner there in Murphy. So Sharp leads, Bullock, Dennis, Dutton, Murphy. Josh Berry going to the outside. Still a good pack. Spicer at the tail end of that pack, certainly not out of this. He's there with Stodden. Also Massini. But only 30 metres separates the whole field here. As we approach 5 minutes into the race. It's a long line, 30 metres. And that's a very good sign here. The pace is on. So Sharp, Bullock, Dennis, Murphy, Dutton, Beveridge, McFarlane, Dennis. Sorry, Sloan in next position. So it looks like the field's quite happy to let Harry Sharp just push the pace through this mid-stage of this 5,000 metre journey. Bullock moving nicely. Still like the figure there of Dennis, though, in the Melbourne University colours. And Murphy, obviously hopeful of making a successful trip across to Victoria here to the 5,000 metre champs. 6:15. So that was a 3:04 second K. So that's got them on 15:37 pace. So Harry Sharp definitely lifted the tempo here. 6:15 through the 2K. So moving nicely Sharp, and he's taken a bunch of 8 with him. Slight gap then to Baisha, who's trying to move himself back onto that lead pack. Then a gap back to Berry and McFarlane, then Johnson. Grant Simpson. We saw a great race from Grant last week in the 3,000 metres at Milers. Just went down to Ben Ludbrook, but certainly served it up to him. So some good clean running here from all the runners. Let's hope that even back in the pack we're getting some PBs and certainly setting the guys up for some decent times early in this season. But Harry Sharp looking good. Bullock just next back, probably 2 metres off him. Dennis, Murphy also there. So perhaps the lead bunch of 4 as Dutton just seems to be drifting back. It looks like Dennis has made the move to go into second position now ahead of Bullock. Murphy's going with him. Really impressed with Stephen Sloan there. He's made a really good move. So too is Ben Baisha. So lead bunch of 6 now. Slight gap then to Beveridge and McFarlane. Dutton starting to go back. So is Berry. So just over 100 metres now separates the entire field. As we come around, we'll hit the 3K mark. So it looks like Dennis is just starting to get a little bit of a move on. He's going to the outer side of the lane of Sharp, and he takes the lead. So Nicholas Dennis, as we said, has been looking good all the way. Sharp's done a great job out there to really put the pace on as we approach the 3 kilometre mark, and this split will be important. So 9:21. 3:05, so they're really maintaining that 3:5, 3:6 pace, and I reckon that'll continue on for the next 1K as well as Dennis takes the lead and Sharp says thank you very much as he starts to go with him. Slight gap then to Murphy, then Baisha moving his way through, then Bullock, and then Sloan. Sloan alongside Bullock now and will take over that position. Gap then to Beveridge, McFarlane, and then Berry starting to move his way back in again. So I think we might see a bit of a kick down in this 4th kilometre. Nicholas Dennis, Melbourne University. Great numbers here from the uni team at the Victorian 5,000 metre champs. The young man there from Wendouree. That's Harry Sharp. Knows how to win a race, sitting beautifully on Dennis. Gap then to Baisha. Murphy just starting to pull back a little. Sloane's with him, then Bullock, Berry, McFarlane, Beveridge. Hess in that next position. Then we've got Johnson and Grant Simpson. A race in 3. So Bishop made a very good move there to go with these guys, because they've now put a break of about 30 metres over Murphy and also Sloane. Dennis starting to wind it up though, I reckon. 3 laps out. Gap of 5 over Sharp. Another 2 back to Bishop. Murphy next best from Adelaide. Sloane. Berry coming back through. Beveridge starting to make a move alongside Bullock, but Bullock just bullocks his way through and Beveridge drops back again. Then McFarlane, Hess, Johnson. Simpson, Dutton, Murray, Delaney. Three-minute kilometre there, so he's down to 72-second laps now. This is looking good. 12:21 at 4K for Nicholas Dennis. So we're on sub 15:30 pace. Let's see if we can get a few of these guys around that mark. So Dennis is on sub 15:30 pace. 2 laps out. 15-metre gap to Sharp. Bishop is with him. Berry starting to move again. Sloane's with him. Murphy has got to lift now and go with these guys as they're 2 laps out. Beveridge moved forward. Bullock next, then Johnson, McFarlane, Hess, Simpson looking good. Dutton next position. Delaney, Spicer, Drake, Murray, Massini, Johnson, Thompson and Stodden. That's your field as we see the figure of Nicholas Dennis looking impressive, coming around with about 500 metres to go. I think we're going to see a sub 15:30 here. Bishop's now in second position just ahead of Sharp, but Sharp's going nowhere. Very dogged performer, Harry Sharp. You won't drop him easily. So Thompson comes down to get 2 to go. Stodden the same. Dennis approaching the bell. So Nicholas Dennis picked him early, looking good in that pack. As he goes down, he'll break 15:30 easily, and we might even get Bishop and Sharp around that mark as well. They've got to do about a 73-second last lap, and Sharp launches. He heard that message, and he's gone for it. Good to see Berry back into this race. He's got Sloane with him, and then Beveridge, Murphy and Johnson. But Dennis moving beautifully, goes past the first lap runner. He's got Mark Thompson in his sights. Sharp's got a break of about 3 to 4 metres over Bishop, but it's a big, strong run from both of these young men. Spicer comes through to get 1 to go. So too Dutton. As we look up to the top end and going past the water jump now is Nicholas Dennis, Melbourne University. Time check going on to 15 minutes now. So he's safely got the 15:30 in the bag. All eyes on Harry Sharp and Ben Bishop now. They too could get in under there. It's going to 15:10 now. So great run, Dennis. What a finish. So this has been an impressive second half of the race to these 3 men. So awesome finish there. 15:17. He'll be happy. Harry Sharp, strong run once again. Let's see if the rolling clock gets going. 15:19. 15:27. So 3 under 15:30 in this C race. Impressive running. Then we see Sloan coming through. Very good run from him. Then we've got Beveridge, Hess, Johnson, Murphy, Grant Simpson. Good run from Simpson. He turns 50 next year. And then Bullock, McFarlane, Spicer. Better run from Sam tonight than he did at Milers Club. Dutton next, then Delaney, Drake, Murray, Massini. Don't worry, Michael, you'd be quicker than Sean Whip. Then Johnson. So, lots of sportsmanship down on the finish line there. A lot of tired bodies, but that's some great running. Pace set beautifully early. As we see Mark Thompson coming through to finish. As I said, set up beautifully early on in that race. Good fast pace. They spread out. It was a long line, 30 metres long. And everyone was going full tilt right from the start. And that set up some big PBs here tonight. Mark Stodden from Richmond. Probably more comfortable over the 10 half marathon and into the marathon. But Mark's finishing off this 5K looking good. So sub 17 there, Mark Stodden. And that rounds out our C race here in the men's 5,000 metres.